watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Hey, welcome to the PO Show, broadcasting live from T Radio V in Hollywood. Okay, this is where we elevate the creative cult, right? This is where creatives can be seen. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for always watching us. I'm Po. Okay, so on Thursday, October 13th from 7 to 9 p.m., The Idea of Architecture at the Geffen Contemporary at Mocha, 152 North Central Avenue, Los Angeles. Discussions on architecture with Sharon Johnston, Michael Malsden, and Francois Perrin. Johnston maintains a deep commitment to architecture history while collaborating with an extensive network of contemporary artists, graphic designers, and writers to broaden the breadth of design research. Malsden's celebrated Star Apartments, a mixed-use complex of 102 for the Skid Row Housing Trust, explores how architecture can create new possibilities for a dramatically underserved population as well as for the city at large. Perrin's architectural projects are concerned with site specificity. Specificity. It's a difficult word for me. And local and sustainable systems. Perrin is also a curator, educator, and noted Eve Klein scholar. These talks are part of a series of in-gallery programs focusing on core ideas in the exhibition Doug Aitken, Electric Earth. For more info, visit mocha.org/program/the-idea-of-architecture. So check that out. Architecture is a form of creativity in the biggest way. Okay, and then on October 14th, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., Chaos presents Little Shop of Horrors, Director's Cut, live at the Frida Cinema, 305 East 4th Street, Santa Ana, California. It's really hot in here. Hold on just one second. There were 12 men in here before me. Okay. The Frida Cinema's own all dancing, all costumes, all lip-syncing Rocky Horror cast, KAOS, giving the live shadow cast treatment to everybody's favorite musical about our carnivorous plant. Director Frank Oz's 1986 classic Little Shop of Horrors, based on the musical by Oscar winners Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, the story of a meek flower shop assistant Seymour. Feed me Seymour. Love that. Rick Moranis, who spent his day caring for his plant and pining for busty coworker Audrey Ellen Green. During a total eclipse, he discovers an unusual plant he names Audrey 2, which feeds only on human flesh and blood, just right for Halloween. The growing plant attracts a great deal of business for the previously struggling store. After Seymour feeds Audrey's boyfriend, Orrin, who is Steve Martin, of course, to the plant, he must come up with more bodies for the increasingly bloodthirsty plant. Such a great place, such a great show. I really want to go to this. This should be fantastic. So as props, costumes, there will be a showing of the director's cut. So there's going to be quite a climax, of course. Advanced tickets available at ticketing.us.veezi.com. So check that out. I don't know how long it's been since you saw Little Shop of Horrors, but that's definitely a classic. Okay, so today, you ready? Today, we are paying tribute. I have in the studio with me, and this isn't everything. These are just some funny things. I have in the studio with me today a morning show radio producer for KISS FM until she realized morning radio meant waking up at 4 a.m. Fiesta Bowl princess of Arizona State University. She's like, oh my God. a once Hollywood gossiper for TMZ and now host producer of the world's greatest tribute bands on AXS TV. Please welcome KATIE DARYL.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Again, that wasn't everything. Those were the funny things. Like 4 a.m. Yeah, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Morning radio, hard. It's hard, but actually, I have to say it is very rewarding, and I love doing radio. Growing up and doing radio, I thought that was going to be my career forever. And then I got a little taste for television and liked it, but I like the instant gratification of radio and that you have like a long form to discuss things. So I love that. Like right now, like I could be like, oh, let me tell you about what happened last night.
And there's no video.
And yeah, well, I could
that
tell you.
At 4 a.m.
It does help at 4 a.m. But like I could tell you about something that happened last night and I can draw it out and I can draw you in. Whereas television, is very like, okay, well, it's got to be a 2-minute edit, blah, blah, blah. But that's one of the things I actually love about my TV show is that it is live. So anything can happen. And if I wanted to tell a little bit longer version of things, I suppose I have that opportunity.
Well, if you're the producer, you have.
I know.
You can do it.
I'm in charge.
Hell you want.
But by the way, can we back up a second?
Of course, yes.
Okay, Little Shop of Horrors, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's so
I know,
good.
and I know it's, but it's. I promote creativity, and I know it's this old, amazing film, play, da da da. But also just the fact that they're costumed and they're actually acting it out, shadow acting. That's just. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool sounding event. Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then that in the background. So there's nothing. Why wouldn't you go to that?
Feed me.
Feed me. I just love it.
Feed me.
Yeah. You got it.
Oh yeah.
And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
No, actually, so growing up, there was a movie rental shop at the corner, and it wasn't even like Blockbuster. It was like a mom and pop, like rent your VHS tapes and Beta. And my family, my family was a Beta household. We grew up with the Beta machine, not the VHS. And when this shop was going out of business because like Blockbuster was coming into town, they were selling all their videos, like for 50 cents each or something. And so my dad went in and bought like all the videos. So that was one of the ones that he grabbed off the shelf was.
So you watched it over and over and over and over.
But then even cooler for us is that they had, the movie cutouts, like when you walk into the movie theater, the big cardboard things. They had one of those, like the window displays of Little Shop of Horror, and it was the big potted plant and everything. It was kind of three-dimensional coming at you. And my dad asked the guys, like, well, how much for the, big three-dimensional sign? And so he brought that home, and it was Halloween time, and we were having a Halloween party, and so all the kids got to have a photo holding like a plant next to the plant thing, and like it was like so cool. So Halloween was like
I would love
very
to have
epic
that.
with
That's great. That cutoute's got to be amazing.
But we digress.
I know, and now we have no video stores.
I know. Oh well.
There's a nostalgia to that.
There is.
Everything goes around and comes around. It'll be back like vinyl soon.
I think my husband still carries around his Blockbuster card just in hopes. He's like, maybe I'll see one. When we first started dating, he would love going to Blockbuster Video, and it would drive me crazy because I was like, really, we have to go to Blockbuster tonight? Because he loved renting videos.
So now there aren't any more.
I know.
You're happy about that?
I am. Now I don't have to go to creepy Blockbuster Video on Sunset Boulevard anymore.
Okay. We are going to talk a lot about what KATIE does at the Whisky A Go-Go. But first, let's watch this little kind of promo video so you kind of see this is this has been on for three years. I know 7th season.
Yeah, so this is season 7. But it's been about 3 years that we've done this show. We do 2 seasons a year, essentially. With the exception of the year that I got pregnant, and we only did one show that year because something about not forcing, but a 9-month pregnant lady at the Whisky A Go-Go just seems a little weird. Maybe we should let her go sit down. Her feet are swollen, and she doesn't want to be around you drunk people. So it was nice that work
maybe that
said,
would be tough.
let's go ahead and have a little hiatus. Take care of yourself and the baby. It'll come back.
Well, that kind of works. Just 1 season instead of 2. That's fine.
Yeah, it was fine. Hey, I'm not complaining. I thought it was the best maternity leave. I love my employer. I was like, okay, I got to take care of myself, my baby, and have a happy birth, and then still have time afterwards, and then come back and be refreshed as I guess you can be, and then have another season.
Okay, awesome. Very awesome. So what I'm saying is this is like all of the seasons all together. So some of it says, I think there's some photos of and some announcements when it was at
The Roxy.
The
Season
Roxy.
1 and Season 2, we did the Roxy.
Okay, just so there's no confusion. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so
Okay.
3 years just flashed before your eyes.
Right? Like that.
Oh, do you want your headphones on? Can you hear me? Because
Are these ones?
oh, they are on. Okay.
Yeah, they're just lost in my massive amount of hair.
That's what my hair looks like if I don't do this to it.
Really? Oh, wow.
Okay, so how many bands
Okay,
over
so
the last 3 years?
you know, I should have that memorized. I think by the end of season 5, I remember we were celebrating our 50th episode, and I think by the time this season ends, we're going to be right around 76.
Wow.
You know, each season's been a little bit different. I think season 1 started out with 12 bands. The second season had something like 15 or 16. Then we went to like a 10 episode series, and then a 12, and then an 8, and then a 10, and a 12. So we kind of bounce around. What's great is, and a lot of people may not know this, but the show is broadcast 100% live and nationwide on AXS TV. And AXS TV is the network that Mark Cuban owns. And it used to be called HDNet. A lot of people knew HDNet, but when he merged the company with some of our partners like AEG and Ryan Seacrest Productions and CAA, they changed the name of it, so it was no longer HDNet and turned into AXS TV. And, you know, Mark is still in charge. He's the head honcho, and if anyone has watched a Mavs game or seen Shark Tank, they know that he can be a little bit, he's a wild card. Nothing is consistent about him, and that's what I love about him as a boss. But that's what's great about this show is, you know, all of a sudden he'll be like, yeah, let's do another season. And this time, and it's like as if he like puts his hand and is like, the magic number is 8 episodes.
I think entertainment should be more like that. It's more entertaining if it's not so contrived.
Right, yeah.
I
So
have
many
no
people are used to
problem
like,
with
it's 12 episodes and it goes during sweeps weeks. And that's just not how they roll over at AXS TV. And it's
I
very
like
nice.
that.
Yeah.
We got to roll with it.
Yeah.
Roll with the punches. So what else is on Access?
Oh, AXS
Speaking
TV.
of.
I know, exactly. Well, what's really fantastic is on Friday we celebrated the very last episode of Inside MMA, which was, you know, our fighting show where
Sorry, fighter fans.
But you know what? This show was on for like 9 years, over 400 episodes. They did about 40 to 50 episodes a year. And so we still have fights, you know, on our network. And so all of your MMA, you know, needs will still be, you know,
Still be met.
Yes, satiated over at the network. But that show's transitioning. We have actually acquired a lot of cool programming. If you like that TV show Nashville, That is now on the network. Let's see, we have Sammy Hagar has a show called Road Trip with Sammy Hagar. Isn't he so dreamy? I love him.
He's always cute. He's always been so cute.
I tease my mom and dad, and I'm like, Mom, did you go to a Sammy concert at some point? And it's not really dad, that's dad, but it's Sammy. Because, like, this hair, I think, we clearly go to the same barber. We have Dan Rather. He's on our network with the big interview, and he'll sit down and just do a really great, one-on-one with some of the greatest artists. Everyone from like Merle Haggard to anyone awesome in the music industry, I guess I should say.
Anyone awesome.
Sammy. So we have that show. We also, last season, we had the first season, or I say last season of my show. Right before it, we had it's just rock and roll programming, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes.
There'll be everyone from, Rock and Roll Ex-Wives Club, on the network to just
and you have the
cool doc styles.
You have the documentaries. I love those.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
and
sucker
concerts.
for a documentary.
Like if you love concerts
too.
brought to you like right in your living room from like the Red Rocks or any other epic location, including like some of the festivals, a couple years in a row we broadcast Coachella, and it's like that's pretty cool that like if you can't get out there to Coachella that you were able to flip on AXS TV and see Coachella or one of the blues festivals.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, Rat Rod magazine.
Oh, they're awesome. They're awesome.
Well, I have your cover just because.
Cool. That's my second cover. I've been on it twice.
Okay, so you are known as the Queen of Tributes.
I is that maybe I was self-proclaimed? So Rat Rod magazine,
whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. But no, that Rat Rod magazine was so fun to shoot, and we shot it at the Whisky A Go-Go. Hey now, things are falling off the walls. And so,
take that.
Like I said, though, that was the second time I got to be on the cover of the magazine, and that time I was in the middle of the world's greatest tribute bands. Actually, what's funny is that I don't know if you could put that photo back up, but I'm actually pregnant in that picture, and no one knew. I was hiding it quite well. You could probably tell in my boob region, but
that's the good place to be able to tell.
Yeah, exactly. So, but actually, what's really funny, if you keep that picture up, if you look, right above the engine, there's the door that says Whisky A Go-Go. And it is misspelt at the whiskey doesn't use an E in it.
So no, I know. It's always been that way, though.
It's so funny that their own door has their name misspelled.
But it isn't actually Oh, you mean they spelled it the right way? No.
They spell it the right way. Their name Whisky A Go-Go is WHISKY.
Yeah.
A Go-Go.
Yes.
But like whiskey makes me frisky is with an E.
Is with an E.
But on their own door, they have it written the whiskey makes me frisky way with the E.
Oh, with the E, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny that
cool.
you look at that and you're like, okay, well, they even misspelled their own
name. Well, they probably grabbed the how do you spell whiskey again? And they grabbed a bottle and like, okay.
Here we go, yeah. So, but yeah, the Queen of Tributes. I after doing this show now for, 70 plus episodes, I have certainly gotten to know the industry, gotten to know the bands, gotten to know the players, gotten to know the drama. I swear every season new drama pops up, and I'm like, and I have bands coming at me.
And I don't think so. You haven't had AC/DC on.
No, I have not.
AC/DC is hilarious.
I have had two different AC/DCs, though. I've had Bonfire. They're fantastic. And I've had Back in Black out of Texas.
Very cool.
They were on season 1.
And isn't there, let's see, I was doing my tribute band research, and there's another AC/DC. AC/DC.
Yes, the all-girl AC/DC band.
Okay, well, AC/DC is all gay men. And they're so good.
Get out.
They sound very much like AC/DC, but like sweeter. But otherwise, they're equally amazing. Just sweeter.
That's
is funny.
Cool.
They're so cool.
I wish
I had that photo.
That's what I like
Jerry
is
took.
that with these bands, they can do it very straight and serious, or they can be fun, and it could be a little bit askew, and it's just kind of. That's what's great about tributes is it's a tribute, and much like art, it's the way that you're paying homage to the band.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Hey, welcome back. Okay, so Katie, like you were saying, there are. Okay, it's my understanding. Well, not my understanding. My visual and my experience too. There's kind of two different groups. There's some that are exactly like who they're tributing.
Paying tribute to. Yep.
Tributing. It's a funny word. And there's also some that kind of oppose it, like they sing it in their own way, but they're both considered tribute acts, right?
Right. You know,
Like Dred Zeppelin.
yes, exactly. Let me back up for a
Okay,
second
back
and
up.
say that, one thing, a lot of people first and foremost don't even know the difference between a tribute band and a cover band. And so let me clarify that.
That's
so
a good thing to bring up, actually.
a cover band is
Whole different enchilada.
Totally.
It's bean or meat.
Exactly. So a cover band, still talented, but those are groups that play a variety of songs from a variety of artists. So when you go into your local pub, they might pull out a little bit of Journey and then some Foreigner and then some AC/DC and then maybe even throw in an original tune. But it's a stew or a pot pie.
Exactly.
Whereas the tribute is paying tribute to one particular artist. So when they say that they are a Beatles tribute, they come out and they sing, all the Beatles tunes and they don't throw in other things. And so then you have kind of two worlds of tribute bands. Ones that literally, again, using the Beatles as a reference, they come out dressed as like Sergeant Peppers and, they have the mustaches on and they speak in the accent. And, Ringo might even have like a prosthetic nose on to look more authentic. And then you have other bands, and you reference like the Dred Zeppelin. So, they're doing Zeppelin tunes, but like the funny hook is that like they all have like dreads or,
Yeah.
what
It's all
have you.
reggae style.
Exactly.
So they put their own twist on it. So it's, yeah. Okay, so, but for this particular show, the world's
Yes.
greatest tribute bands, these are
traditional,
Exactly.
straightforward that we want. When Mark
they
Cuban and I,
sound and look like the ones.
when Mark Cuban and I came up with the show concept and we were discussing, how was the format and what was, what does this show look like? The one thing we very much agreed on from the get-go was that we wanted these bands to be so authentic, to look and sound like the real bands, that if someone was clicking through the channel guide
They go,
and
"Whoa."
that they would stop for a minute, not knowing what they're on, and go, oh my God, hey, it's some lost concert of Elvis that I've never seen before, or, of the Beatles or Heart, and that they would take a moment to watch, and then they would all of a sudden go, wait, get
Wait
out
a
of here.
minute.
That's not really Ringo. And just, have their mind blown. And so I think that's what's been fantastic about doing this show, is finding these talented people that then become stage actors as well. So not only are they talented musicians, but, and it's weird that I keep using Beatle references, but for instance,
well, that was one of the, well, besides Elvis, that was kind of one of the beginning of kind of a tribute.
Right.
sort of,
But
yeah.
like the guy that plays in our, the Fab Four, which is the Beatles tribute band that we featured on the show, the guy who is Paul McCartney taught himself to play left-handed. So you have this guy who's not only a talented musician who knew how to play guitar, first off, badass with the right hand, but then he was like, oh, I'm going to join this tribute band and flip this bad boy over and then also teach myself an accent as well. And so I think that just goes to show the caliber of musicians. These aren't people that just kind of are fiddling around in your local bar. They are really dedicated, diehard musicians that are truly talented.
Kind of like an actor.
Yeah. This is very, Joaquin Phoenix, man. This is like hardcore. Get into it.
Get into it. Okay, we're going to have to take another break because the show's half over. So we'll be right back. Time to question reality.
Things we can't see. The things we can see, I think they're all intertwined. Perception itself, vision, very relative. I can be looking at this glass and think it's one thing, and then you look at it and think it's another thing. But then we have to have something that we agree upon in order to exist together in the same physical space. So
Yeah, that's the shot of tequila. Duh.
the problem is that civilization has been developing in a certain framework for like so many years upon years that the universal mind that we've created is limited.
Because there is no way to think about it or even analyze it in the current cognitive structure, it is forgotten.
When I was a baby, like I used to be able to fly and stuff and like walk through walls and do all this crazy shit, you know? And I can't do it now because my mind has been conditioned
No, for sure.
into like the civilized way of thinking. If I try to describe an apple to you and you had never seen it or tasted it or, you know, heard it, even though apples don't really make sounds.
Oh, they do.
Okay.
They're loud little suckers. Use your creative mind to perceive more than you can grasp with your senses. Get on with it. Question everything. Everything's questionable. Hey, welcome back to the Hollywood PO Show. Okay, so on Saturday, October 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m., Freaky Fandom Murder Mystery presented by Whimsic Alley, 5464 Wilshire Boulevard, Los Angeles. A clash of all your favorite fandoms under one roof. Was it the Doctor in the Great Hall with a needle or Claire Fraser in TARDIS with the Elder Wand? Listen for clues, gather evidence, and more in this interactive show. Solve the mystery in this fantastical whodunit while enjoying a lovely catered dinner and stocked bar. I like the stocked bar part. It's said that science fiction and fantasy are two different things. Science fiction, the improbable made possible. Fantasy, the impossible made probable. Rod Serling. The Twilight Zone, of course. Tickets on sale for $70. It's an 18 and over event. Photo ID is required. Tickets only available in store or by calling Whimsic Alley. That's 310-453-2370, extension 407. So check that out. I hope to see you there. That sounds like super, super fun. Who done it? Let's find out. Let's find out while we get smashed and eat good food. Okay, Saturday, October 29th, 7 p.m. to 1:30 a.m., Avant-Garde Magazine's annual Masquerade Ball 2016 at the Majestic Downtown, 650 South Spring Street, Los Angeles. An event full of romance and mystery, another mysterious thing. Beautiful fairies, Lolita fashion, aristocrat styles, neo-Victorianism, and romantic goth is encouraged. Dress code is elegant, sexy. Theme, avant-garde, gold. Runway installation and celebrity designer fashion show, red carpet, DJ, and dancing. Confirmed celebrity fashion designer Sue Wong, Merlin Castell, Bobby Love, and a Glamour Fatale. VIP guests enjoy table setting, hors d'oeuvres, and host bar. For general admission guests, 2 full bars. For tickets, visit shindig.com/event/R0BV4hot. So check that stuff out. That sounds super fun and Halloween-ish. Okay, so you know what I want to do now, guys? I would love to go to the La Magique Fantastique sneak peek of the red carpet because that was so very fun, and everybody needs to... Hold on just a second. I think I'm going to talk. I have just this feeling that I might be going to talk about it first. Okay, so this show went to... On Wednesday, I hosted the red carpet, La Magique Fantastique. It was fantastique, for sure. The choreography is amazing. The costumes are amazing. The dancing, the singing. Susie Malone is hotter than hot. She's amazing. As a burlesque dancer, as a beautiful Aussie bombshell extravaganza. But she's also an amazing magician. So she also has Ariel Hartman. Hartman is Madame Rouge. She is your host and singer for the show. And she has this come hither way about her that you fall into. And her seductive performance skills are absolutely off the charts. Just amazing. The assistants are not just a backdrop. Believe me, not just a backdrop. They're getting like swords put through them, heads cut off, and they're levitating, all under the spell of Susie Malone. So I will keep you informed of when the next Le Magique Fantastique show will be going on in your area, because it's something definitely to see. Okay, go. Okay, like I said, this is the full show that Susie Malone does with her cast, and it's a 90-minute performance of magic and dancing and costumes, and it's just absolutely incredible. This particular show was at the Cap Theater in Sherman Oaks, a great little venue, and it was amazing. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears to let's go to the season lineup. This is just half of it, the half that's most of it's over. But let's check out what's going on with the world's greatest tribute bands at the Whisky A Go-Go. Let's check it out.
Hey everyone, it's me, KATIE DARYL, and we're back with a new season of the world's greatest tribute bands.
Join us live from the world-famous Whisky A Go-Go as we pay tribute to the biggest names in rock and roll. The Beach Boys, the Rolling Stones, The Who, Bob Seger, as well as special extended tributes to rock legends Prince and David Bowie. The world's greatest tribute bands, Wednesday nights on AXS TV.
Okay, so that was kind of that was the first half, right? So you still have a few of those. Let me find.
Yeah. Here's the lineup if you want.
Oh, I have it right here, but I also have in my notes. That's right.
This week is going to be
The Rolling
a
Stones,
tribute
I
to the Rolling Stones by Mick Adams and the Stones. And okay, the band sounds
I'm a
fantastic.
sucker for the Stones.
They look fantastic. It's a big, very. Some bands, for instance, last week it was the Beach Boys. So there's 4 dudes up on stage, whereas then the Rolling Stones come around and you've got backup singers.
Oh, no,
and,
it's
it's
whole.
just very production.
They're two completely different bands. for one thing.
Soundcheck will be way more chaotic this week than it was last week. And still to come in this season, we have tributes to Bob Seger, Pat Benatar, Journey, Jimmy Buffett, and then our season finale is a tribute to Jimi Hendrix.
Okay, let's backtrack a little bit because we have a little bit of people's response to the first episode, which was Prince.
Oh,
Purple
yes.
Rain.
People loved him.
Okay, so let's check that one out. Purple Rain.
There's nobody that compared to Prince, but this brother, he comes close.
Just amazing. I thought I was seeing Prince.
He really did capture the essence of Prince in concert.
That was fantastic. That guy blew me away.
Phenomenal show.
It was a beautiful, beautiful tribute.
You brought him back to life,
We partied all night long.
It's Purple Rain on the world's greatest tribute bands. Our next episode, it's a tribute to David Bowie by David Brighton's Space Oddity.
And oh my God, the sexiest dancing girls.
Oh, whoa. I mean, there were times where I was like, excuse me, hello, my mother's watching at home.
Oh,
the backup
super
dancers
sexy.
were fantastic. But you know what? That's Prince music in general.
No,
I mean,
I know.
that brings
No.
the sex out of people. So it's like that music with any dancer.
Yeah,
it's all gonna
literally
be
out
little-
of people, especially the men in the audience. Okay, let's move it on to Bowie. Let's check out the Bowie review. Space Oddity.
A tribute to David Bowie.
Fantastic. He is such a joy to watch.
It's a gift. Now that the real Bowie is gone, we still at least have David Brighton.
It was like seeing a little bit of David Bowie's Stardust. I knew he was the best, and I got the best.
The hits just kept on coming, didn't they?
Really did.
They wouldn't stop.
It's David Brighton's Space Oddity, a tribute to David Bowie. On our next episode, we're honoring the music of the Beach Boys.
So he actually tours every year.
Oh, yeah. He tours year round.
And he was featured in a short 2004 promo film with Bowie himself.
Yep, and he's been in a TV commercial with Bowie for a water company like Vidal or something like that.
So he's super into Bowie.
He's super into Bowie, and as you saw in that video, I mean, he does a great job at trying to look like him. I mean, he did 4 different wardrobe changes, wig changes, and this is all on live television. So he's running backstage while there's a guitar solo going on and changing his wig and, his outfit. And that was a real special show because not only obviously was it David Bowie, but we also had the lasers, which we have lasers for a couple select shows this season. So you come in and you get to see not only a great band and a great performance and get to be at the Whisky A Go-Go, and it's free. Like, you can come be part of this live TV audience, and so that's really cool.
Whiskey.
But sometimes you get to have a laser show too.
We love the whiskey with or without the E.
Right, exactly.
Okay, let's go on to your last show, which was just last Wednesday, a few days ago.
Yes.
Beach Boys, let's check that out.
I love the Beach Boys. They killed it. They were so good.
It was amazing. The harmonies were out of this world.
I loved it. They were great. They were spot on. Beach Boys, perfect.
I think if you closed your eyes, you wouldn't be able to tell the dang difference.
The energy was great. The beach ball going around really got me fired up.
Good vibration.
Sounds of Summer, a tribute to the Beach Boys. Next week, we're paying tribute to the Rolling Stones.
Okay, now we're up to date. And the Rolling Stones are amazing because they are still the real ones.
Well,
no offense to the tribute, but they're still doing it.
They're still doing it, but what's great is we booked this one specifically because the real Rolling Stones will be playing out at Coachella this coming up weekend. So we thought, why not get fired up? Tune in to AXS TV on Wednesday, watch our tribute to the Rolling Stones, or if you're in LA, grab free tickets, be part of the TV audience, and experience, a little bit of Mick Jagger on Wednesday. And then if you're heading out to Coachella to see the real band perform, you are really fired up and getting, all your satisfaction out.
And also with the who's coming on later. And then I see you've matched some things up here. So
oh, yeah.
which is very cool. But I'm just wondering, maybe we should go on to let's go on to the Stones, and then we'll move on to what's
fun facts.
Fun facts. So Mick Adams, Rolling Stones, October 5th.
Greatest tribute bands, you can get satisfaction thanks to our tribute to the Rolling Stones.
Mick Adams and the Stones, a tribute to the Rolling Stones. One night only. Live from the world-famous Whisky A Go-Go. Join host KATIE DARYL live as we celebrate the iconic music of the biggest names in rock and roll. The world's greatest tribute bands. Live Wednesday, 10/9 Central on AXS TV.
Okay, so this is in 2 days. So you guys got to go. Whisky A Go-Go, Sunset Strip. Got to go. Got to go.
Yeah, you can get tickets at eventbrite.com. They're free, but just because they're free doesn't mean there's an unlimited amount. You have to have the tickets.
Yeah, have the ticket
and you
drink
have
a
to
lot.
get in because for the first 2 episodes we were at fire marshal capacity and we had to turn people away. So it's very important that
And
you
that's
get
a
those
bummer
tickets.
being turned away.
I know. Wah, wah. See you later.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Well, I rode up on the mountain making my way to the sea. I found a poor boy lying underneath a maple tree. I said, mister, don't you know it's getting dark? It's pretty late. Then he opened up his sleepless eyes. I rested on his face. Oh, you'll never know what you'll find on this dusty road. What you'll find out here, you can take home as a souvenir. As he woke up from his dream, I spoke to him once more. He just looked at me and said, what you doing here alone? Well, I'm riding up on the mountain, making my way to the sea. Said he was running from the law and that he'd keep me company. Oh, you'll never know what you'll find on this dusty road. What you'll find out here, you can take home as a souvenir.
Okay, so you actually, so after the Stones, you have the Who. So that's kind of in the same desert festival thing. Which is
Mindset, yeah.
Mindset, yeah. You're still there, or mind fade.
Yeah.
Depending. And then after that,
And
you
actually,
have-
back up. So our Who tribute, we're actually going to have a special guest appearance from Tribute Elton John, because
Oh,
if you
wow.
recall,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
Who movie, Tommy,
Oh,
Elton
yeah,
John comes
yeah.
out during the song Pinball Wizard in this
Yeah.
insane costume. And so our tribute Elton John, his name is Kenny Metcalf, he's going to come out during that song as well
That is
and sing
very
it.
cool.
And he's building an exact replica of that costume right now, which is like pretty spectacular because it involves these giant shoes that are 18 inches high. So make sure you check out his Facebook page
Elton
to see
John
some
is
photos.
insane.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
like
not the Who.
Kiss, Elton John, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. Okay, and then after that, you have Bob Seger.
Yeah.
And that is celebrating a musical milestone, October 19th, honoring the 14th anniversary of 1976 breakout album Night Moves.
Yep. Yeah. So we try and do
Very
that when we
cool.
book bands. Find why is it special to be paying tribute to these artists? You know, so it was
Yeah.
very obvious with Prince and Bowie, you know,
Yeah.
you had with their recent passings. And so when you start, and then, you know, obviously with the Rolling Stones and the Who, because of the desert Coachella festivals with those real bands playing. And then we started looking at the rest of our lineup and saw that, you know, there were significant historical markers for Bob Seger, Pat Benatar, and Journey. And quite frankly, Jimi Hendrix as well, because Jimi Hendrix' birthday was
every day,
exactly.
every day for Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix, our season finale band, you know, November is his birthday month, so that's kind of a happy birthday, Jimi Hendrix. And let's see, with Pat Benatar, I think the day we have our Pat Benatar Heartbreaker was released on October 26th exactly, and so that day we're going to be paying tribute to Pat Benatar.
That's crazy. Okay, let's look at the season lineup too. So this is the other half that we're talking about now. Check it out.
Hey everyone, it's me, Katie Daryl, and we're back with a new season of the world's greatest tribute bands.
Join us live from the world-famous Whisky A Go-Go as we pay tribute to the biggest names in rock and roll. Pat Benatar, Journey, Jimmy Buffett, Jimi Hendrix, as well as special extended tributes to rock legends Prince and David Bowie. The world's greatest tribute bands, Wednesday nights on AXS TV.
Very cool.
Yeah, it is. It's just fun, you know, to be able to call this work, that this is my job, is pretty spectacular. To get to meet all these talented musicians that are paying tribute, and to just kind of handpick each season which bands are going to be part of the lineup and scout for that is really exciting, because you get to, I like to say, I get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly when they apply to be on the show. Because some you know, bands, like for instance,
are ugly.
Not even just physically, just vocally. You're like, oh God,
Vocally,
God.
me. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool to figure out which bands are going to be on each season. And
What was okay, this is what I'm. So, a lot of them do come from California, from the area, and Las Vegas, which is,
you know, it's funny because
actually
people are like,
I'm just talking about this season.
Yeah, no, well, and a lot of the seasons, quite frankly, you have to think about it. A lot of musicians, when they're trying to make it big, where do they move? L.A. or like
LA.
Nashville, right? Or maybe a little Chicago, maybe a little New
Those
York.
are the places.
Yeah, those are the places. And so, you know, unfortunately, when someone's individual, you know, personal music doesn't take off, they start gigging. And so they become studio musicians, or, you know, they might just do a cover band, or then they fall into the world of tribute bands and they realize that this is a very lucrative business.
You know, and weirdly, there's actual members from these bands that are in tribute bands.
Yeah, it is funny. A lot of people would say Journey is a tribute band now, right? I mean, and I just love that that's the magic of AXS TV, is you can flip on the television and you can watch all these bands performing in the comfort of your living room, in your pajamas, because I know you like to sit around at home in your pajamas.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Wednesday nights roll around, and I just want everyone to know that you can flip on your TV and put on AXS TV and watch great music and
Actually,
great performances.
Wednesday nights I'm at the Whiskey.
Yeah, exactly.
And Tuesday nights I'm at the Whiskey. And
yeah,
Monday
right.
nights I'm at the
we see a pattern. Betty Ford is on Fridays. No.
Not always. Sometimes other things are going on in LA. But yeah, like amazing shows and amazing productions and comedy. Actually, comedy. Usually, you can go to the Pack Theater before these events, because they're every day of the week, and the Pack Theater is right down the street on Santa Monica. You know the place. Okay, so besides at the Whisky A Go-Go, every Wednesday, where can we find more information about you and the world's greatest?
Okay,
tribute
cool.
bands?
So my Facebook page, and it's just my name, Katie Daryl, KATIE DARYL, is a real great resource, as well as the AXS TV Facebook page. I make sure that I'm not only posting all those promos that you just saw and that you so graciously aired, but we have, you know, every week, you know, I'll put like the dress, because people love to see which slutty dress I'm wearing each week.
Thing I wanted to
So the
talk about.
dress comes up, you know, on that feed, you know, before the show. The recap videos come up. The photos, when you tune in and you watch the TV show, or when you come and see it live at the Whiskey, you'll see there's a photographer pool of, you know, photogs down at the front of the stage, and all of those guys, you know, in order to get their photo credentials, have to give me some of their photos that then I can put up the next day. So you get to really experience a lot on my Facebook page, seeing, you know, what's going on with the show, who's coming up, a little bit reflection of, you know, behind the scenes stuff, and then also just, you know, what's going on AXS TV in general.
Which in AXS TV, you can reach AXS TV, right? AXS TV.
Yeah, there's actually here.
.com, I'm sure.
Right? www.axs.tv. And on ATT Uverse, it's channel 1106. On Charter, it's channel 794. On DirecTV, 340. Dish channel 167. So basically, it's like check your local provider and just figure out where you can see AXS
figure
TV.
it out.
And I always tell people there's some bands that are like, my mom doesn't have AXS TV. How can I see it on the web? You can't. Okay, so you can't see it on the web. We are very into go watch the television box, but it's a good excuse to then
go to the whiskey.
Or host a viewing party. Find out your local bar if they play sports. They've got satellite. If they got satellite, they got AXS TV. Go in there. Order a drink and tell your bartender, hey, switch the channel.
There you go. You can make a riot happen. Yeah. Okay, so anybody who's been on the show is going to be on the show. Anything about the show, go to www.wetpuzzlepiece.com. Archives of the show. This show will be on the archives tonight if you missed it today or if you want to see it again. And we'll see you next week. We're going to talk more about rock and roll. We're going to talk about some rock and roll news and other people that are promoting the cause. So see you next week. Thanks for hanging out with us. Mwah.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio and TV.